Welcome to the Savvy Shopkeeper Retail Podcast. I'm your host, Kathy Cruz, and this is a bonus podcast episode. I truly hope you enjoyed the Shopkeeper Stories interview series in episodes 35 to 38. Taylor, Karen, Kathy, April, they are all really valued members of Master Shopkeepers. And what I really appreciated is they were vulnerable and truthful, and at the same time, they showed what's possible as retail business owners. So as I close out this season of the Savvy Shopkeeper Retail Podcast to take a small break at the end of the summer, probably just a couple weeks, I want to share with you my own experience these last 5 months. Through the COVID-19 shutdowns, the economic turmoil, I shouldn't even laugh at that, but I just can't help myself and shake my head at the past 5 months. The social justice issues and the general uncertainty that still faces all of us. But when my sister and I first received the mandate in our state to close, I felt terrified. I know most people around me wouldn't know that, and I didn't share that. I put on a strong face and I did what I had to do, but I was pretty scared. The daily news dragged me up and down on a massive emotional roller coaster. I'm sure it did for most of you. It did it for months, as I considered how I would carry my businesses through. How long would we be closed? Should we pivot to new things? And if so, what would those new things be? Did we qualify for stimulus assistance programs, or are we better off applying for grants? Did we qualify for both or all of it? Should we file for unemployment? Are we allowed to still do some work, and if so, when and how? The long unknown of when we would reopen, and if so, what it would look like, or would it even happen again? I can't tell you how many shopkeepers I've heard say that. Just not even knowing if we could survive this. And then for it to go on longer than any of us expected, that's been challenging too. And a lot of these questions still aren't fully answered. Not to mention, I have these same questions and fears for all the women and men in my Savvy Shopkeeper community. And there's thousands. Between email subscribers, social media followers, community members. But I knew everyone in my community would be going through the same thing. They had to be, right? And I was having conversations with everyone, so I knew you were all experiencing the same thing. What I found as I worked through this turmoil, and some people might think that's a little dramatic, but man, I felt like it was turmoil, was that I had to identify what was out of my control and what was in fact something I could control. So personally, on a personal level, we as my family, we did what we needed to do, and we made sure, along with many other family members and friends, that my mom was taken care of. We call her Mamita. And she was. Professionally, I guided myself through this time by committing to myself and my communities and my businesses that I would run a profitable business no matter what. So I sat down and asked myself, what would I find most useful to guide me through keeping my own store and business and thriving? And I decided the best way to pull through this time was to focus on the inevitable reopening of the world. We were all hopeful. And I used this time to really position myself and my store better than when we closed our doors. I created free resources, but what I'm most proud of is the Reopen with Confidence series. It was a collaboration with other coaches and experts, and we offered over a dozen lessons, video lessons with other helpful information. And I offered that to my Learning Lab subscribers and Master Shopkeepers members because I wanted to provide as much extra value to everyone as we struggled through this time. I increased our group calls because what we needed really at that time, in addition to some lessons and some helpful information, what we really needed was each other. I even created a challenge around the series, and I gave away prizes to help support accountability to each other. And then I launched the Boss Up mini episodes on the podcast to help keep everyone in my community, everyone that listened, I wanted to keep them motivated. Creating these resources not only helped me focus and probably at times distracted me from fear and emotions, which I don't know if it was healthy or not healthy. Regardless, it's what I did. But I personally embraced these lessons for my own store, the lessons from the Reopen with Confidence series. And at the same time, I built an even stronger community of shopkeepers who continued to survive and thrive through all the certainty thrown at us. In the midst of all of this, as if I needed to add anything else to my plate, I also took a leap of faith outside my usual frugal ways, and I made a professional investment as a business owner. You might be asking why, although I guess this decision was made before COVID hit, but it was a 6-month commitment. And COVID happened, and I was still in this commitment, and I was not going to walk away from it. So again, the question, why? Why did I commit to that? Well, because if you're anything like me, you have years and years of beliefs, judgments, and negative thoughts that keep you from moving forward or up in life, professionally, whatever it is. And if you're listening, it could be money mindset. It could be emotional issues. I mean, it could be so many things, particularly as women, men, I'm sorry if you're listening, but women, I feel like we've dealt with way more and a lot more issues, and life can be challenging, and you carry all of those thoughts and beliefs from childhood into your adult life. I am approaching 47 years old, and it wasn't until this past year, particularly the past 6 months, that I dealt with a lot of that. 2020 has been filled with anxiety, angst, countless aha moments, personal and professional growth, and I can't even tell you how many tears. I'm taking a deep breath because I feel like it is a weight lifted off my shoulders. Because of the financial investment I made, I found the strength and guidance I needed to play big and play to win. And I'm so glad I invested in myself, despite the fear and money concerns I had at the time. When I invested in my business 6 months ago, or however long it was, I thought I was investing in my business. But what I was really doing was investing in myself. As I wrap up, I want to invite you to join me in the community of shopkeepers who are committed to their own dreams and playing big. Both the Learning Lab and Master Shopkeepers are currently open for new members, and I would love to welcome you into the communities. Either one, the Shopkeepers Learning Lab or Master Shopkeepers. On Monday, August 17th, 2020, and I have to mention the date because I don't know when you're listening to this episode, but Monday, August 17th, 2020 at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the introductory price of the lab will go up, and applications for new Master Shopkeepers members will close until 2021. So if you've been interested in applying to become a member of Master Shopkeepers, this is it for the rest of the year. And I will open it up again to new members in 2021. But if you'd like to apply to become part of it, if anything that you heard in the previous 4 episodes sparked something in you and you feel like this is a community for you, or you want to continue the journey with Savvy Shopkeepers by subscribing to the Learning Lab, I really hope you do. I also want to mention that if you don't want to move forward with the Learning Lab or Master Shopkeepers, you enjoy listening to this podcast or reading my blog posts whenever I do create them anymore, by all means, stay with me, keep listening, follow me on Facebook, follow me on Instagram. Hopefully I provide enough value there or helpful information that you want to continue to follow and take this journey with me. So thank you so much for listening to another season. This was season 3. I'm really, really excited about season 4. Every time I think that maybe I'll run out of ideas, and then I look at my list, I see that the list is never ending. The list of topics, the list of people I want to speak to, the list of people I want to interview, the things that I want to teach, the things that I want to share. It's never ending, and that's how I know I am super passionate about Savvy Shopkeeper as a brand, as a community, as a whole, and I'm really, really excited I'm really excited about season 4. I can't even get it out. So if you want to learn about the Shopkeepers Learning Lab or Master Shopkeepers, those opportunities, including if you want to work with me one-on-one, if you prefer one-on-one coaching, these are all listed in the Shopkeepers Academy. That's Shopkeepers with an S at the end, academy.com, shopkeepersacademy.com, or you'll always find it linked on my website too, and that's at savvyshopkeeper.com. If you have any questions at all, I hope you all know at this point, you can DM me on Instagram. I think people are always surprised when I say how excited I get to hear from shopkeepers. It's genuine. It's true. I reply to everyone. I also reply to all emails personally. So if you need to get a hold of me, those are the best ways, email or DM me on Instagram, and my username is @SavvyShopkeeper. I can't thank you enough for listening. I think after this episode airs, I will have hit 20,000 downloads. 20,000 downloads. It's amazing. Thank you for being on this journey with me. I hope you continue the journey with me, and I really appreciate you being here, and I appreciate you listening. Have a fantastic rest of the summer, and hopefully I'll be back in just a couple weeks.